Hello, everyone. I'm Jonathan Schroeder, Director of National Accounts for Alto-Shaam. Thank you for being here today and joining us for our Made to Order Pizza Program webinar. Okay, raise your hand if you're like me and like pizza. Come on, I can't be the only one here. I'm going to wait until I at least get one other hand up. Thank you. 2, 3. Okay, I can't really see you guys. Just need to make sure you're all paying attention. I'm excited to be here with you guys today because I get to talk about pizza. Pizza is my favorite food, and I know it's a favorite to many others as well. Pizza is one of the most popular foods. You can dine in and eat pizza, or take it to go and enjoy it at home. And if you're like me, it's even great the next morning for breakfast too. Pizza is no longer limited to the dinner day part. There's breakfast pizza to start your day, or dessert pizza to end your day, and everything in between. We have more variety now than ever to cater to just about everyone. Whether you're a C-store, fine dining, retail, healthcare, entertainment, school, hotel, fast casual, pizza is a great option to add to your menu and bring in new customers and new business. No matter what your application is, we're here to help you guys today. In a minute, I'm going to turn it over to Chef Brett, who's one of the corporate chefs here at Alto-Shaam. Over the next 20 minutes, Chef Brett is going to educate and share some of the things to think about to help you get your made-to-order pizza program up and running. He's going to discuss key components to building a pizza when developing a program and share different options with benefits for each component. We're going to talk about the different pizza menu options you can offer. Chef Brett will even share a few ideas to get more use of the ingredients you have for your pizza and turn them into appetizers or side items to expand your menu offering. Once you have your key components to build your pizza, we're going to talk about the equipment needed to execute it and bring your new program to life. Our goal today is to share things with you needed to start a pizza program. We want to educate you on the different options that are available for each of those items so you can determine which solution is best for you to help you get your made-to-order pizza program up and running. So, without further ado, I'll turn it over to Chef Brett. Chef, over to you.
Thank you, Jonathan. And everyone, welcome to the Culinary Center here at Alto-Shaam. I'm Chef Brett, and I'd like to welcome you back. It's good to see you. We're going to talk about my favorite food today, and that is pizza. Okay, I think everyone loves pizza. In fact, I have a saying, when pizza is good, it's really good. And when it's bad, it's still pretty damn good. So with that being said, we're gonna learn a lot today. We're gonna actually show you how to start up your own pizza program. And really all you need is 3 pieces of equipment. You might need a freezer, depending on which way you go. You'll definitely need a refrigeration system. And we're gonna show you everything today cooked in our Vector oven. So let's take a moment and take a look at our Vector oven. As you can notice, no hood required. This thing can be put anywhere. If you need to put it in the parking lot, go ahead. All you need is the electric. As you can see here, we have our 4H Vector, which is our half-size Vector, 4 different chambers. And what's nice about that is the versatility, because each chamber can be set for its own time, temperature, and airspeed, which allows you to cook a variety of different menu items or different size pizza, whether you're doing a full-size pizza program, an individual, or a slice program. It also enables you to do some other things that we're going to talk about later, maybe some additional menu items that go with a pizza program, as in chicken wings, or you'll see some sandwiches and some appetizers later on during the program. You could also notice very limited space is needed. 21 inches wide, about 41 inches long. So very easy to put in. Compared to some of the other ovens that are out there, like your conveyor ovens, which take up much more space and need a lot more room to operate. The other nice thing about it is that everything coming out of here, because it is programmable, is going to be consistent every time. So it's going to reduce your labor and also the quality of labor needed for this. So you can get into this program at a very good cost. And after that food comes out of the Vector oven, you're going to need somewhere to actually merchandise this. We just so happen to have one of our merchandiser here. This is our tabletop merchandiser. It's a 3-shelf. What's really unique and different that sets us apart is that each shelf is individually controlled. So you can set those shelves for the perfect temperature for the item you want displayed. You can see here we have beautiful LED lights which really show off that product. And finally, it can actually be merchandised with your logo or anything else you want to do. So instead of that grab and go program, we're going to turn it into your grab and grow program, and we're going to help you grow sales. First, I want to explain to you a lot of the different products we're going to be using. And this will give you a variety of different options depending on how big, how much storage you have, how in depth you want to get into a pizza program or not, or it might be for different facilities that you have that have different requirements as far as refrigeration or oven space. So let's get started with our doughs. We're going to show you 3 different dough products. One is going to be what I call a blank frozen puck. And that's my favorite, and I'll tell you why in a little bit. But what that is, it's a frozen freezer to oven ready crust, which every time you need a pizza, you just take the crust from the freezer, and you make your pizza depending on how many options you want to offer as far as toppings and cheeses. The other we're going to talk about is a par baked crust, and that is actually a crust that is already par cooked, and all you're really doing is you're going to heat that crust back up with a variety of toppings. The one we're going to show you today comes in what I call as a full blank. What a blank is, it's a product that's already put together for you, so you can have some blanks you'll show you here today that are cheese and sauce, and I'll tell you the benefits of that. The one we have today is simply a 7-inch round frozen sauce, cheese, and pepperoni pizza. And then finally we're going to get into a dough ball. And that's sort of like, those people that want to get a little more into a pizza program if you're able to, but I'm going to show you how really it's not beneficial for things that we want to do. Number 1, it takes a lot more skill. Number 2, it's a mess, and you'll see that here, that we're going to put together some pizzas with that. And it's very inconsistent, right? Because you're going to get a dough ball, you might have to cut it down, you might have to shape it, and you'll see we're going to fool around here a little bit from my pizza days back in New York City. As you see here, this is our frozen blank, and this has our marinara sauce and cheese. And what's nice about that, and I tell people all the time, is number 1, your most expensive product on your pizza is your cheese, right? So this already comes topped. So just from my days, we used to do, and this is a 14-inch pizza. This 14-inch pizza has 6 ounces of sauce and 7 ounces of cheese, okay? So now, when I go to my pizza making company, I tell them my exact spec, that's what I'm getting. So when I figure in my costing, I know how much sauce and how much cheese, because again, cheese is the most expensive. When you're letting people put it on in the store, they can put a little less, they can put a little more, and you can either lose money or you're not giving the quality product you say you're going to give because they're not adding the right amount of cheese to it. So let's get started with these. We're going to make a few different pizzas here. As you can see, we're putting on the toppings here, and I want to just point out this is our beautiful Randell pizza make table. And this was actually donated. We're doing something different this year, and we're going to talk about it at the end. We're actually partnering with equipment companies and food companies. So today our equipment partner is Randell, and they have all your refrigeration freezer needs. So, take a look at this beautiful make table here that they've donated to us. So we're very, very happy and thankful that they've done that. So I just want to give a shout out to them. So as you can see here, we're cooking a variety of different pizzas using those crusts. And then as you can see, they come out so beautiful. It's very hard. I wish you could sit here and taste it. Side by side, again, depending on your needs, 2 easy and different ways to go about it. Now what we're going to show you here is we're going to show you the smaller 7-inch crust, which I call our personal pizza. Okay, and we're going to get into that as well. Personal pizza versus full-size pizza. So with the personal size pizza, we have the same exact thing here. We have the freezer to oven crust, and this was that par baked crust I was talking to you about. Now, the benefit of the par baked crust, in my opinion, again, especially in convenience stores or in bars and smaller establishments that aren't really into food programs, the par baked crust gives you an advantage in the way is that you get less breakage. And what I mean by breakage is most of these products come in frozen. See, and when you have this freezer to oven crust, it's very fragile. So if somebody drops it on the floor or it gets knocked around in transit, you'll get what I call a lot of shrink. And shrink is that breakage, crust that you can't use. Sometimes if there's a lot of shrink, you can go back to your company and tell them, hey, listen, your driver was too, they damaged my product, and I'll give you credit. But with the par baked crust, you avoid that. Why? Because that crust isn't as brittle and it isn't as fragile. So therefore, you're almost going to get 100% usage out of that. And again, it all depends on how deep and how intense you want to get into your pizza program. And as you can see here, both products are awesome. They're excellent. They work just depending on, again, your space and needs. And I reiterate that because a lot of people don't have that. Finally, let's talk about the dough ball. And these are just regular dough balls. Most of the time, we're not, the establishments that we're trying to show today and talk to today, they're not going to make their own dough. And if you do, then God bless you. But these dough balls come in frozen. You thaw them out. Usually takes a day or two to thaw out. And then you can see as we're pulling it out of our refrigeration, we're just going to work with it. And as you can see here, I got to now deal with flour. I got to pat out the dough. I'm actually going to cut this in half because I'm going to make smaller pies with this instead of one large pie. And I got to stretch it and pull it. And as you can see, the more I stretch it, the more I pull it. If I'm not really a great pizza maker, which I'm really not, I mean, I'm great at topping pizzas. I'm great at coming up with flavors. But when it comes to pulling a raw dough or a frozen dough ball that's thawed out, it's very difficult and takes a lot of skill. You can see here some of the holes that we've created. Why? Because you pull it and the dough gets thin in one area and thicker in the other area, which also causes uneven cooking. But as you can see here, we've made two different pizzas, right? I tried to do the best with my circle, but that didn't really work out too well. And then we made like a little square flatbread here. So as you can see, we're going to top that, and we're going to actually cook that also in our Vector oven. And you can see the product comes out excellent, tastes excellent, looks professionally done. But look at the mess. Look at my jacket. Look at everything. It's just full of flour. It's flour everywhere, all over the tables. And in my mind, folks, just take it from me, you really don't want to get involved with this. You know what I mean? It's just not worth it, and it's very inconsistent. So what I want to talk to you about next is I want to talk to you about sauces. Okay? There's really three parts to a pizza in my mind, or actually four. It's your crust, it's your sauce, it's your cheese, and it's your toppings. Okay? That's all that makes up the pizza. So sauce is very important. What I'm showing you here today is two different ways you can get your sauces in. You can get it in a number 10 can, and let me tell you, I've tried all the sauces out there in a can, and my personal favorite is the full red from Stanislaw. It's excellent. And then right here, we show you a bag sauce. This product comes in from Orion Foods, and they're one of our other food partners today. All the products that you see today are from Orion Foods, so we thank them. But the sauce in the bag is good for two reasons. One, there's a shelf-stable sauce in a bag that actually can go right from the carton into your dry storage area. Again, you see how flat the bag is. It's great for storage, takes up less space than a number 10 can. The other thing people don't talk about is you got to open those number 10 cans. You have sharp edges, people can get cut, and also it takes up more garbage. And if you're paying, to get your dumpster emptied every couple of days, these cans are going to take up a lot more space and cost you more in garbage. So these are two different things you can think about. This sauce here happens to come in frozen. So it comes in frozen. I pull a bag when I need it, and it actually is the size of a third pan. So one bag to a third pan fits very nice into our make table. All right, next we're going to move along from our sauces to our cheeses. This also is very important. People don't think about this, but again, my background in convenience stores can help everybody out. So we have our shred here. We have a couple of different cheeses. First, we have our feta cheese, our sharp cheddar, and then I have here two mozzarella cheeses. One is a shred and one is a diced. What's the difference, you say? Well, first of all, these cheeses all come in frozen. They come in big 20-pound cases. What's nice about it is you thaw it out. Now, like I said, your number one cost item on a pizza is your cheese. It's the most expensive. There's a lot of waste. There's overage. People are putting more cheese on it just because that's what they like, and it's going to cost you, and your food cost is going to go out of whack. With the diced cheese, what I liked about it is you can see here, if I'm measuring a cup of diced cheese, it's very easy to measure. Why? Because it's diced. It fits in that cup real nicely. Now, if I go over here to the shred, and a lot of people like the shred. Why? Because that's what they're used to. They think that's what pizzas are made of. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not going to lie to you because I want to be president someday, right? They melt the same thing. When they melt, they melt. Whether they started out as a diced or they started out as a shred. The thing about the shred is, again, people like it. But here, look at me when I'm trying to fill a cup here. My measurements are way off. Is it a packed shred or is it loosely packed? right? So I can go anywhere. If I say I want 7 ounces of cheese, that cheese can be anywhere from 7 ounces to 9 ounces, depending on who's packing it. So again, for cost reasons, it's just up to you. I just wanted to point out to you that there are some different things that you can use out there in order to bring your food cost in line. So with that all being said, we're just going to finish up here. We're going to make some of the large pizzas. I do want to show you though, especially in convenience store worlds or even in a bar setting or in a restaurant, you can sell the large pies here. We have our large pie. We can actually sell that by a slice, do a slice program, a large slice program. As you can see, we can do a individual size pizza. Our 7-inch, people can come in and order it, how they want it, and then take it home or out of our merchandiser that you can see here, so it actually plays nicely. Or we can do what we call the pie program. We do a large, here we're doing a 14-inch pie. We put it in our merchandiser, and we can do different things with that. We can do I used to do a happy hour. So from 5 to 7 at night, pizzas were $5. And let me tell you, we couldn't keep enough pizzas in our merchandiser. So those are a couple of things you can do: slice program, personal, or whole pie. But finally, what I want to get into here is some of these little novelty items, like a French bread pizza here. I just want to show you here this French bread pizza. This is just your regular Stouffer's French bread pizza you buy in the grocery store. We're just going to pop that in. Those are very good for kids meals. They're good for little appetizers or for bar snacks, make people drink more, increase your bar sales. But as you can see, we're just putting that on a regular sheet tray with parchment paper, and we're actually going to just cook that in the oven. And then finally, this isn't a pizza, but I call it a pizza product, right? We're just going to take some frozen, it's a Tony's product, frozen garlic toast, and we're going to actually toast those up. But we're going to do a couple little different things. And we're going to actually make a chicken Parmesan sandwich using the 2 halves of that garlic bread. Then we're just going to have regular garlic bread for an appetizer. And then we're going to do an Italian sandwich using a lot of the products that we have for our pizza program. Again, we're talking about multiple uses, creating less shrink, variety to your menu. So as you can see here, we've done 2 appetizers. We've done a garlic bread, and we did my #1 appetizer was a garlic cheese pepperoni bread. So we've done that. And then as you can see here, our Italian sandwich, we're just cutting that up. It looks beautiful. And our chicken parm, we're just going to finish that off, and then we're going to cut it and plate it up. And you can see here 2 beautiful sandwiches. So today, I know it was quick. I know we only had a few minutes, but I wanted to just show you, take you through the pizza program. Any questions you might have, please reach out to Jonathan or myself. We can be reached at altosham.com on our website. I'd like to also once again thank our partners today, Randell, which was our equipment refrigeration freezer company, and Orion Foods, who supplied all this beautiful food here you see. And I thank you for spending time with me, and I'm going to send it back to Jonathan. Go ahead, Jonathan, all yours.
Thank you, Chef Brett. Everything looked amazing, but I hope everyone's okay back there and you didn't hurt anybody in the process of practicing your pie throwing skills. So let's recap some of the things we learned today so we can get your Made to Pizza program up and running. So Brett talked about 4 key components to a pizza. You have your crust, your sauce, your cheese, and your toppings. He also talked about 3 pieces of equipment you could use to start a pizza program: freezer, refrigeration, and half-size vector oven, which Chef Brett cooked everything in here today. Let's talk a little bit about the half-size vector oven and why it's a great solution as your oven to start your own pizza program. It has a small footprint. If you're looking to add a pizza program but have limited space available, this is a great solution because it's only 21 inches in width. It's ventless, giving you the flexibility to place the oven anywhere and don't have to worry about adding a hood. Programmability. You can pre-program the oven with every menu item. So all you need to do is put the pizza in the oven, select the pre-programmed setting, and that's it. The product will come out perfect every time. It keeps it simple for your staff and no need to worry about over or under cooking, which helps to save on food waste and meal comps. Throughput. Chef Brett was cooking everything in our 4-chamber vector oven. So you have 4 ovens in one, providing you the ability to cook 4 pizzas at a time. It's a great solution, especially during your peak times to get more product out of the kitchen and keep those ticket times low. And finally, flexibility. I just mentioned with 4-chamber vector oven, it's 4 ovens in one. A great feature about the vector oven is each chamber is independently controlled. This allows you to have different temperatures, air speeds, and times for each chamber, giving you the option to cook up to 4 different menu items at once. You can cook a 14 pepperoni pizza in one oven or in one chamber, a personal in another, while you cook 2 different appetizers in the other 2 chambers, all with 0 flavor transfer. So those are a few bullets for the half-size vector. We've recapped Chef Brett's 4 key components of a pizza, 3 pieces of equipment you need to start a program. Chef Brett also discussed choosing the right pizza program and what makes sense to you, whether it's a whole pie, personal pie, or a slice program, or a combination of the 3. Do you want to cook to order, or you're a C-store or restaurant looking to have a grab-and-go section? Chef Brett showed us how we can cook ahead of time at peak times and hold a pizza or a slice in our merchandiser, keeping it hot for customers to grab and go. So what makes sense to your operations? So there you have it, Chef Brett's key components for you to start your own pizza program. I hope this helped provide some direction where it will take your pizza program. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to Chef Brett, myself, or anyone on our culinary team or on our sales team. Thank you for joining us today. Stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
On guard.